Well, friends, please mark these dates on your calendar. Lawmakers have officially announced new deposit dates for the next round of stimulus checks. As the inflation continues to rise, many state officials and congressional lawmakers are stepping up and taking action to get more inflation relief out to as many Americans as quickly as possible. This relief is likely to come in a form of a one-time payment. So dear friends of mine, please make sure you watch until the end of this video because I will be sharing with you everything that you need to know about the next relief package. I will also be giving away 4 $75 Walmart gift cards every week. Please make sure you click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, the greater your chances of winning the giveaway. During the months of October, November, and December, I will be surprising several of you with $200 gift cards, especially to those who have been in this community for several months. It is a way for me to say thank you so much for being here every day. Americans across the board are feeling the adverse side effects of inflation, with many of them slumping deeper into debt as a result of it. To help see that taxpayers through these tough times, some states are providing stimulus relief. A few other states already have paid out stimulus for 2022. Alaska Governor Mike Dunleavy announced that $3,200 payments from the state's permanent fund dividends would be issued to all qualifying Alaskans whose applications were approved by September 9th. Those who filed by paper or requested a paper check began seeing their checks in early October. This amount is larger than normal for residents because of the addition of a $650 energy relief payment. Under the Colorado Cashback Relief Program, eligible residents receive their payments, which is $750 for single filers, then $1,500 for joint filers. Now, friends, I know that many of you are wondering whether your state or city will be providing stimulus checks. Qualifying California residents who filed their taxes electronically were to get their stimulus money by October 25th. Those who filed by paper will receive their checks between October 28th and mid-November. The amounts vary from $200 to $1,050. Also, the state of Illinois sent out payments of $50 to those who made less than $200,000 in 2021. The state began issuing checks on September 12th, noting that it would take about 8 to 12 weeks to send the checks to all who qualify. Friends, it is wonderful to see that more and more relief is finally beginning to go out to many Americans. Please comment below if your state or city has already approved new relief legislation. Republicans are expected to take back the House majority in the next month's midterm election. They're already signaling steps that they would take to try to solve inflation, which is seen as the biggest issue in the November races. The GOP could have limited power with just the House majority, and even if the party takes back the Senate as well, it is unlikely to have a filibuster-proof majority. President Biden's veto pen is another factor, meaning that Republicans may need to compromise with the White House and Democrats to enact their policies. Republicans have given signals about certain areas that they intend to focus on, though the specifics of their anti-inflation plans are still slim. Republicans have rallied against trillions of dollars in Democratic-backed spending in areas like the crisis relief, student loans, and non-defense funding, while framing the policies as part of a pattern of unchecked government spending. The party has made it very clear its opposition to the American Rescue Plan, which was a sprawling $1.9 trillion crisis relief and stimulus package that was passed without GOP support last year, as well as a Democrat signature Inflation Reduction Act and the Biden administration's sweeping student loan forgiveness plan. Republicans are also becoming increasingly confident of their prospects of shaping government funding for fiscal year 2023. Raising the debt ceiling is likely to be a huge fight in Washington, if the GOP takes back the House. Raising a debt ceiling has little direct effect on inflation. While government spending has some connection to inflation, the debt ceiling must be raised to account for past spending by Congress. Congressional lawmakers cut a deal to raise the debt ceiling by $2.5 trillion in December of 2021, just days before the predicted default date. The action allowed the U.S. to avoid default until at least 2023, when another increase or a suspension will likely be needed to prevent economic turmoil. Friends, the keyword for this video is Amazon River. If you would like to enter the next Walmart gift card giveaway, please click and like several of my videos, and then comment below this keyword, which is Amazon River, and additional keywords of any video of mine that you watch. And do make sure, friends, that you are subscribing to my channel. Republicans could use the new deadline as leverage in negotiations to cut spending, holding up any action on the debt ceiling, at least to try to force concessions from Democrats. Well, friends, what are your thoughts on this? Do you think that the GOP will take back the House in November? Please let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Well, my greatest and amazing dear friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for today. Thank you so very, very much for joining me here every day when I post a video. I greatly appreciate every one of you. Remember, friends, to enter the giveaways, you simply have to click and like several of my videos, and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, the greater your chances of winning these giveaways. Thank you and have a wonderful and blessed afternoon.
Back, the gentlewoman from Connecticut reserves. The gentlewoman from Texas is recognized.
I'll yield to the gentleman from Virginia, a member of the Appropriations Committee, Mr. Klein, for 2 minutes.
Gentleman from Virginia is recognized for 2 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise on behalf of the people of the 6th District of Virginia who are contacting my office right now expressing their outrage at this failed do-nothing Democratic majority who has brought us to the brink of a government shutdown. They are furious because Democrats control the House, the Senate, the White House, and still here we are at the point where we have to keep the government running, and instead of confronting these crises that are leading us to this shutdown, this Democratic majority is kicking the can down the road until after the elections in November. The American people are furious at a broken business-as-usual Washington that refuses to confront the crises, in fact, exacerbates the crises created by President Biden and the Democrat majority. This continuing resolution we're voting on today once again makes clear that the Democrats' business-as-usual Washington must end. Just look at some of these policies that Democrats have stuffed in this bill. Thrown taxpayer dollars at Biden's wide-open border crisis, the raging inflation crisis, and the skyrocketing energy crisis. $57.5 billion for DHS to continue wide-open border and amnesty policies that have allowed illegal migrants to pour across our southern border and drug cartels to smuggle deadly fentanyl into our communities under Secretary Mayorkas's failed leadership. $10.8 billion for the FBI that the Biden administration has weaponized against Americans who disagree with its policies, including parents concerned about their kids in schools. $12.6 billion for the IRS, on top of the $80 billion the Democrats just gave to hire 87,000 new agents to spy into the bank accounts of Americans and conduct more audits on small businesses. $728 billion to a Department of Defense that is more focused on promoting the radical left's woke ideology than protecting our national security here at home and abroad. $3.8 billion for a low-income housing energy assistance program that pays for the increased energy costs for those that live in anti-fracking states like New York without addressing the real cause of the energy crisis, which is the Democrats' socialist Green New Deal agenda. Americans are hurting and their paychecks are declining in value, but Democrats continue to fund these out-of-touch policies, and that's why I'm voting no. I yield back.